It's Monday, and here's the deal. Like, calculated eating is a thing in the Mama G lifestyle because most of you have goals. Most of your goals revolve around weight loss. While I have plenty of other goals for myself and for all of you, like health gain, like capability, like decreased disability, like increased longevity. But because I'm trying to meet you where you are and help you attain the almighty goal on the scale, calculated eating is a thing. And so with my clients, which are many of you that are watching this, like we have a template in the Mama G lifestyle. So we get certain things. You get starches and grains like potatoes and pasta and bread and rice and all of those things in every single main meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yes, it is not forbidden. It is not restrictive and punitive. But we want to choose more whole grains, more less refined products right out there, like the highly processed, ultra processed foods that we see every day available at our fingertips. And so I've got a piece of Dave's Killer Bread. This one happens to be the larger size that I get at Costco. It's cheaper, by the way. It's 120 calories. So that's perfect for the females in the Mama G lifestyle. Like, that's a perfect portion. They do make 60 calorie thin sliced bread. So if you wanted to have a sandwich, you could. But a lot of people want to revert to the sandwich, right? Like, they're used to having a sandwich and then chips and then whatever else with it. Well, we're trying to increase the amount of plants in your life, increase your nutrition, but we also want things to be delicious. So Mama G has a healthy plate, which is always offered free to anybody who asks for it when you get onto our weekly Around the Kitchen Table, which is our complimentary newsletter, and I'll add in the appropriate amount of protein. So my daughter came back from Boston. She's in physical assistant school, PA school, and she knows that we love Potbellies. So if you don't familiar with Potbellies, Potbelly is a sandwich store. They actually have whole wheat bread, which is always nice to find, but they're hot peppers. They are on oil. So you just have to realize, like, you want to leave out that oil, but certainly you could use some of the oil for your fat, but this is where we can get into trouble. So everybody made tuna sandwiches yesterday. It was fantastic. I did as well. And so I knew that I had this yesterday. I knew these Potbellies are in here for a period of time because I got a lot of people living in my house. So I'm like, I'm going to have more Potbelly in my life. So today I decided to use canned salmon. Did I take out the can? So it's Kirkland canned salmon. And what I did was I knew there were 2 servings in this. I used MyFitnessPal, which I'm a big fan of, to make sure that I get the calories that I'm allotted, along with all of my female clients. We all kind of consume the amount of main breakfast, lunch, and dinners. And then depending on your activities, everybody gets 2 snacks. We're trying to get certain nutrition as well. But then depending on how active you are, what your goal is, if you're trying to gain weight, lose weight, maintain your weight, we customize things for you, certainly to your taste preferences as well. So I simply just weighed the can of salmon once I drained it and used half of it. So I put that in a little bowl, and instead of layering the fat, why would I want to add mayonnaise when I can add something like non-fat plain Greek yogurt, get even more protein, get no fat, so I can spend my fat calories later. So I put in about 1.5 ounces of this, which made kind of this perfect texture. And then I put a little lemon juice, and then I used this Cuban-style citrusy garlic seasoning blend from Trader Joe's. Now, it has salt in it. Now, again, lots of my clients have health issues, including issues with high blood pressure and diabetes and such, heart disease. So we want to decrease the amount of sodium, but guess how we do that initially? We just get rid of the highly processed, ultra processed foods, which increases sodium. So now we're adding a little bit of salt and lots of flavoring, and that's what I've got in my tuna, which I mixed in a little bowl. And then with MyFitnessPal, I knew a couple things from my sandwich. I've got my starcher grain from that whole grain Dave's Killer Bread. I need vegetables. All of my clients know we only need about 75 calories of vegetables for my females, my males as well, although you can certainly volumize with more. But it's not very much in the spectrum of your calories, but on your plate it's a lot. And so easily with a sandwich, I'm going to add some raw carrots because I cannot shove 75 calories worth of vegetables into my sandwich. Impossible. So what I've got in here are roasted peppers. Now again, it's a pickled pepper, so there's going to be more sodium. At the end of the day, Not a lot of sodium compared to what people are doing in their normal spectrum in the standard American diet, the SAD diet. But so I used some roasted red peppers to get my non-starchy vegetables along with my carrots. So they are layered underneath there with my salmon, little concoction on top of here, and then those pot-bellied peppers. Again, more sodium. But again, because I am choosing more wholesome ingredients, including the carrots and different things, and the salmon, which did not have salt added, we are eating much less sodium than most people would. But again, we have to be aware of this, because even within the whole grain bread, there's salt, because you need that salt for the leavening process. So again, this is a more sodium-laden meal than typical of the Mama G lifestyle. But again, completely fits into your day. So now we need to think about fat. This is where people are like, whoa, I'll use mayonnaise. Well, mayonnaise doesn't offer you any valuable nutrition or fiber. So I am a go-to with avocado. So I got a bunch of avocado in here, basically a whole half of an avocado, depending on the size of your avocado. Again, I use my Fitness Pal to help me out. So I mashed avocado on the bottom. I put my roasted peppers down here. I put my salmon concoction, my pot-bellied peppers on top of there. I've got my carrot sticks here. And right here, I have the perfect Mama G meal, a 400-calorie meal with almost 30 grams of protein, which is really important for growing and repairing and all the things proteins utilize for the body. I've got a plethora of plants going on here, and you can see as well, and it's going to be fantastic. Now I've got to head out for my day, so this is going in the car with me. Don't forget, people always say, well, I don't drink enough water, I'm not hydrated. Why not? If you commit to a cup, a jar, a bottle, some kind of concoction of water-based beverage, this happens to be a seltzer, you now will never have to worry about being hydrated if you do this 5 times a day, 3 meals, 2 snacks, and then you carry your water bottle around the rest of the time. It's not brain surgery, my friends, all right? Not brain surgery. So Mama G, off for the rest of the day. Hopefully that gave you some ideas. We have an opportunity to eat delicious and nutritious meals every single day. Yeah, it requires a little calculation, but yesterday all I did was take this, move it over, made a change from canned tuna to canned salmon, and personalize this just to Mama G. Again, my go-to most of the time are leftovers from dinner. I always say cook once, enjoy more than twice. Hopefully you'll join our last of our series of our webinar, 4-week webinar series this month, which is happening on Wednesday. Enjoy.